Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and today we've got the bench of guys coming in. We will take out the non-squirrels today, or non-apples I should say. But if you don't know what that means, there are certain characters that are in the success mode when you create players that are always there, and so I recreated a lot of those guys when I made this team. Like Terry is in there, Frank is in there, Joey is in there. So those guys are the quote-unquote real apples. Okay, I think I got everybody. It feels like I'm forgetting somebody, but I don't think I am. Alright. Alright, so here we are in Great American Ballpark for one more game. So we've split the first two games. The Reds, so we've already clinched the division. The Reds looking to clinch the wild card. I will say, excuse me, I remember Wang on the mound, although I'm not, I think it was Chen Ming or something like that. Mostly pitched for the Yankees, might have only pitched for the Yankees in the majors. That's certainly where I remember him, but here he is in Cincinnati here. Don't think we have actually faced him, maybe ever. Normally the Asian pitcher we see out of the Reds has been Hideki, or not Hideki Matsui, Daisuke. But we got Wong today, and Phil is going to lead things off, and he starts off with the ground ball to first. One down, Miyake to the plate. Starts things off with the sinker for strike one. Fastball for strike two. Up the middle, and that will get through for a base hit. One on, one out. Here is Quentin, who will bat left-handed. Starts off with the ball inside. Inside again, makes it 2-0. There's a called strike. Swing and a miss. We've got a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike three. First strikeout of the day. Terry at the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. First pitch is called a strike. Miyake takes off, and he is thrown out easily. I mean, I'm not sure I really wanted him stealing, but he's fast enough. He should have made a better show of that than he did. That was pretty embarrassing. So it actually ends up with a 1-2-3 inning. Shao's going to lead things off for the Reds. You see the lineup we came up with for the Squirrels. Hankins is going to start this game off. Billy Hankins has pretty much always risen to the challenge whenever he has started for us. Starts off this game with a ground ball to short. One away. Norris Hopper at the plate. First pitch, curveball for strike one. Called strike two. And that fastball just a bit outside. Slider hit back up the middle. Hankins gets a glove on it. Phil able to pick it up and throw it to first. So 2 away, bases empty. Derek Lee starts off with strike one. He gets a lot of that one, but not in all of it. Quentin is able to run it down in front of the warning track and make the final out. So both teams go down in order, though the Squirrels at least have a hit. Terry's going to come back to the plate with a fresh count and empty bases, obviously. Starts off with a changeup for strike one. Looks at strike two. Grounds this one to second. Phillips falls down, and that will go down as an infield hit. One on, nobody out for Frank. He looks at strike one. Hits this one through the left side of the infield. Back-to-back hits to start the second inning. Puts runners on first and second for Sweeney, who has been hot here to end the year. That fastball down and away. Outside again, makes it 2-0. Pops this one straight up, infield fly called. Wang will make the catch. Don't know if it's Wang or Wong. Probably Wong. In any case, Martinez to the plate, and he goes right up the middle. Wong gets a glove on it, and it's going to turn into, well, no, only one out. As it turned out, that bit of a mess, but as it all settles down, 2 outs, runners on the corners for Joey. Not as bad as it could have been for the Squirrels. Joey with the 2-0 count. That sinker is called a strike. Into center field, but it won't get down. Xiao makes the catch. Still no scores. We go to the bottom of the second, where Adam Dunn will lead things off for the Reds. First pitch to Dunn, a fastball for strike one. Fastball for strike two. Surprisingly, Dunn has not offered at a pitch yet. That slider too high. Another high slider. Dunn doesn't chase that one either. It's 2-2. Slider breaks too far outside. We've got a full count. Hits this one. It'll be right to Phil. One away. Edwin Encarnacion digs into the box. Starts off with a slider for strike one. This one hit back to Hankins. 2 away. Here is Brandon Phillips. First pitch, a slider. Guess that's a backdoor slider for strike one. Backdoor curve, but it doesn't make it to the door. That slider put into left. Frank is able to make the snag. So we'll go to the third inning. Still no score. Hankins is going to lead things off at the plate. And Hankins without a hit this year. So pitch is down and away. Two and 0. 3-0. Is he going to walk the opposing pitcher? He sure does on 4 straight pitches. Well, Phil ground out to first in his first at bat. Only 1 strikeout for Wong the first time through. Throws strike one to Phil. And Phil puts a 1-hopper to second. Phillips to second. Ibar back to first in time. I should note that Phil is painfully slow, so that might not have been a double play for a lot of people, but it is in this case. So the base is now empty. Miyake got a base hit in his first at-bat. 2 outs. First pitch, a slider for strike one. Into center field, and that will get down for a base hit. 1 on with 2 outs for Quinton, who was the 1 strikeout victim. Again, batting left-handed. That fastball, I think, sailed a little high. And that changeup in the dirt. It's 2-0. Swing and a miss on a changeup. They check over on first. Miyake was easily thrown out stealing back in the first inning. Quinton having trouble making contact today. He strikes out swinging, the second strikeout of the game, second for both Wong and Quinton, actually. So we go to the bottom of the third. Squirrels with 4 hits, but nothing to show for it. Eric Ibar is going to lead things off for Cincinnati here in the bottom half of the inning. First pitch is called a strike. And that fastball too low. Goes with the curveball, gets the ground back to Hankins. It's working like a swinging bunt, but Ibar can't beat out the throw. Good play off the mound there by Hankins. All right, David Ross then. Base is empty with one out. Looks at strike one. And that pitch a bit too low. Hit towards third, but Sweeney can't get over and cut it off. That's the first Reds hit and base runner. And that's quickly going to turn sour as David Ross, for some reason, decided to try to get to second, and he could not do it. Wong at the plate pops it up to second base. So the Reds have a hit, but still go 9 up, 9 down to start the game, thanks to some poor base running by David Ross. So we are still scoreless as we go to the fourth. Terry's going to lead things off. Got a base hit in his first at-bat. Actually, he and Frank got back-to-back base hits, and then things got a little weird. A 1-1 count in this at-bat. And that pitch is down and out, 2-1. Swing and a miss, makes it 2-2. Ground ball to short. Ibar has to wait on some hops, and Terry able to beat out the throw. So he is 2 for 2 with an infield hit. Frank, like I said, got a hit in his first at-bat. Grounds this one to third. Reds get the out at second. Don't even make a throw to first. 1 on, 1 out. Sweeney hit a weak pop-up in his first at-bat. Fouls his first pitch kind of over by the tarp out there and right. So they check over on Frank. 0-1 at the plate. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Hits this one. Ibar's going back, and he will make the catch. 2 pretty poorly timed pop-ups by Sweeney. Brings Martinez to the plate. He hit into a weird fielder's choice in his first at-bat. Has 1 on with 2 outs here. Probably won't be quite as weird this time around. Has a 1-1 count. And that sinker stays outside. Not sure that's where Ross really wanted it. This is fouled towards third base. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. We are still scoreless as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, where Shao will lead things back off again. Hankins didn't strike out any Reds the first time through the order. That's a bit of a surprise. Shao ground out in his first at-bat. Starts off this one with a swing and a miss, and another swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Hits this one, a ground ball to second. 1 away. Norris Hopper also ground out in his first at-bat. So he looks at strike 1. That curveball did not make it back to the strike zone. That's a better one, and it is called a strike. 1-2. Slider, a high hop. Sweeney ends up fielding it, and he will just barely get that out at first. Here's a replay. See just how close that was. I actually thought Hopper had beaten it out. Boy, it was close. I think that was the right call, but I wouldn't have argued too hard if they'd called him safe. So that'll bring Derek Lee to the plate. Base is empty, nobody out. He flew out to right, in his first at-bat. Got it back near the warning track, but it had enough air that Quinton could make the play. This time he comes up with the base hit up the middle. Runner on first with 2 outs for Adam Dunn. Ground out, I want to say, to short in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1. Hits this ground ball to first. Terry will step on the bag himself, and that'll end the inning. We go to the 5th. Both teams with hits, but no teams with runs. Joey will lead things off for the Squirrels. Joey flew out in his first at-bat to center. Shao had to come in a little bit, but made the catch comfortably. Has an 0-2 count in this at-bat. This is going to get down in center field. That's a base hit. That will bring Hankins to the plate. He walked his first time up. And yeah, I imagine he was going to bunt in this situation. He gets down a good one. Throw to first. It's a successful sacrifice. A runner in scoring position with one out and the top of the order up. Phil 0 for 2, and he has been struggling as of late. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Hits this one weak. I guess it won't be a double play at least. Doesn't move the runner. Not a productive out. So that'll bring Miyake to the plate. He is 1 for 2. Hits this one right to Derek Lee, and that ends the inning. Squirrels threaten, but still no score in the game. Edwin Encarnacion will lead things off in the bottom of the 5th inning for Cincinnati. First pitch, a slider for strike 1. Swing and a miss, makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. I think that's the first strikeout for Hankins today. Brandon Phillips lined out in his first at-bat. And hits a pretty good shot here to center, but Miyake waiting on it. 2 down. Eric Ibar ground out to, I believe, Sweeney, and a ground ball was kind of between third and short, but Sweeney ended up doing the honors. This is going to be a base hit into right field. 2-out single. That will bring David Ross to the plate, who hit a single but got thrown out trying to make it a double his first time up. Watches that first curveball break too far inside. That slider didn't make it back to the plate. Probably low as well. Fastball also too low. It's a 3-0 count. And that slider's not it either. So David Ross takes the walk. Runners on first and second. Pitcher spot up. So Wong looks at strike 1. He popped up in his first at-bat. Hits this one a ground ball to short. Joey to first, and that will end the 5th inning. We go into the 6th. Still no score. Quinton to lead things off for the Squirrels. Quinton has struck out twice today. I don't even think he's fouled a ball off. Well, he does this time, so maybe he's getting closer. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Well, that was I guess a good take. It was called a ball, but it was a chance he decided to take. And he is way behind on that fastball for strike 3. Terry, on the other hand, has gotten base hits in both at-bats. His last one an infield hit. Quickly has an 0-2 count, though. As this splitter bounces in. Hits this one to third. Edwin Encarnacion to first, and that is the first time Terry has retired today. Frank is 1 for 2. He looks at strike 1. That pitch up and away makes it 1-1. That sinker did not quite make it back to the plate. 2-1. Swing and a miss on that sinker to make it 2-2. And Frank gets into this one. Will it stay fair? Oh, I think it just missed. Oh, no, it did go around the pole. I thought it just crossed foul, but I guess that was behind the pole by the time it broke. So that will break the tie. Frank's 7th of the year, 469 feet. It was not a question of how far. It was just how fair. And the Squirrels take a 1-0 lead. So Sweeney at the plate to follow that up. Takes strike 1. And a ground ball to first. It is fair, and Derek Lee will step on the bag to bring us to the bottom of the 6th. Squirrels now leading 1-0, and Shao will lead things back off for the Reds. Hankins still just the strikeout, one strikeout after 2 trips through the Reds' order. Shao looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Ground ball, that is foul. Grounds this one to Phil. 1 away. And that'll bring Hopper to the plate. He's ground out in both at-bats so far today. Swings and misses at a slider. Looks at strike 2. Fastball right down the middle. This pitch down and in, and Hopper does not chase it. Another ground ball, a high hop to third, throw to first. In time again, a close play over there. A high hop that Sweeney had to wait on. Boy, I'm not really sure Hopper didn't beat that one out, but we're going with the out call. Derek Lee got a base hit up the middle in his last at bat. Looks at strike 1 here. Grounds this one through the middle, another base hit. I don't know if Derek Lee's had 2 hits in a game against us all year, but he does today. Adam Dunn has ground out in both at-bats so far today, and he will look at strike 1 here. That pitch is too low. Hankins just starting to wipe his brow, but he's only 1 out away from getting out of this game. Now 1 strike away. High fastball, that doesn't do the trick. 2-2. Slider does get a swing and a miss, and that will move us into the 7th inning. All right, Martinez due up to lead off in the 7th. Squirrels leading 1-0. We will get a pinch hitter in this at-bat. Martinez 0 for 2. He's ground out and struck out. Wong still on the mound. As he looks at strike 1. And that pitch down and out. This is through the right side of the infield. That'll be a base hit for Martinez. Joey at the plate is 1 for 2 so far. Got a base hit in his last at-bat. Watches that changeup go down and out. Another one bounces in to make it 2-0. Called strike on a changeup. Swing and a miss to make it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down. Here comes a pinch hitter who has not gotten a hit yet. I think everybody has a hit now that, typically bats. Though let's see Iwata out here. It's one of the new draft picks, he and Huseman, so we'll see them hit, see what we've got in those guys. This one hit to third, throw goes to second, on to first, just not in time there. So runner still on first for Phil, who is 0 for 3. There are 2 outs. Fouls the first pitch away. The sinker is too low. Ground ball that Ibar will field. And that will get us to the 7th inning stretch. Squirrels up 1-0. Edwin Encarnacion will hit on the other side. Let's go get Yune, who I think had been starting. Maybe I ought to start him more. Lamasny supposedly has better stamina, but I don't know if that has tracked out from what we've actually seen on the field. June, I guess I do pronounce that J. All right, a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Edwin Encarnacion is 0 for 2 today. June starts things off with a curveball for strike 1. The cutter gets a ground ball to short. 1 out. Brandon Phillips 0 for 2, though he did give the ball a pretty good ride in his last at-bat. First pitch is out of the zone. June wanted that call. Does get this one, although Phillips was just way late on the fastball. I think was already in Martinez's glove before he swung. Hits this one, a fly ball into center. Miyake coming in, and he will make the catch. Eric Ibar, 1 for 2. Got a base hit in his last at bat. Looks at a curveball for strike 1. And this one bounces in to make it 1-1. Towards second, Phil with 1 hop, throws it to first, and that will end the 7th inning. Quick inning there for Juné. Miyake will lead things off for the Squirrels, who still lead 1-0. Miyake 2 for 3 on the day. Wong's still on the mound. And he's not pitched badly, just that 1 home run to Frank has been really it. Miyake flies out to Shao in center, so that'll bring Quinton to the plate, who has struck out in all 3 at-bats today. Looks at strike 1 to start this at-bat. Finally hits the ball, but Derek Lee jumps up and makes the grab before it can turn into trouble. Good play at first for Derek Lee, brings Terry to the plate. He is also 2 for 3. Looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, that'll bring us to the bottom of the 8th inning. David Ross due up for the Reds. Squirrels still lead 1-0. Feels like anyway, it's been a while since we've gotten to do this. Here comes Hermida to do a setup inning. So David Ross has singled and walked so far. Looks at strike 1 in this at-bat. This one is a little too high. Swing and a miss to make it 1-2. And just outside with fastball. Up the middle, that'll get through for a base hit. So Ross hasn't been retired at the plate, you can say that much. Touch Eye's going to come in to pinch hit for Wong, so his day is done after 8 innings. 1 on, nobody out. Curveball popped up foul, but it'll make the screen. Another curveball gets a swing and a miss. That makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away, runner still on first, and we are going to get a pinch runner. Pickles is going to come in to pinch run for David Ross. You would kind of imagine he would take off to steal second at some point. Hermida pretty quick to the plate, though the curveball is not quick if you can catch the right pitch. Which is maybe why he's throwing all fastballs to Shao. 1-2. Called strike 3, and Pickles did not pick a curveball, and he is thrown out at second base. So we go to the 9th inning, the Squirrels leading 1-0, and they will start off with Frank to look for some insurance.
Your attention, please. Now coming up to pitch for the Reds, number 51,
Jared Burton will come onto the mound, and Escobar will come in to catch. So Frank hit the home run right down that left field line. Sure, we'll see the replay when we get to the highlights. Frank with an 0-2 count in this at-bat. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down. Sweeney has flown out in every at-bat so far today. Looks at strike 1. Pitches down and away. And swings at one that was down and away. 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Here's Martinez. He's 1 for 3 on the day. That is down and in. called strike. That fastball too high. We've got a 2-1 count. This pitch is outside, 3-1. Called strike 3. Full count, 2 outs, nobody on base. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, we go to the bottom of the 9th, still just a 1-0 Squirrels lead. Norris Hopper is going to start things off for the Reds, so also the right part of the lineup if you're Cincinnati. Shibuya nearing save 60. He's not, I think this might put him at 69 actually. I hope to find out shortly. But he's been a bit shaky as of late, so we'll see. Hopper is 0 for 3 today. Breaking ball, but never makes it to the knees. Off speed, gets a 1 hopper to short. Joey to first, 1 away. That'll bring Derek Lee to the plate. He is 2 for 3 today. That breaking ball stays low. This one too high. Got a 2-0 count. Throws in a fastball, and Derek Lee promptly ties the game. Well, told you he's been shaky as of late. His 22nd of the year, 452-foot shot, no doubt on that one. And this game is tied at 1, and Shibuya has blown another save. Went all year without blowing one, and in the last month he's had like 3 or 4. So Adam Dunn now looking to walk it off for the Reds. Has a 1-1 count. There's his fastball, but he misses it. 1-2. Off speed, and that will be just foul down the right field line. Still 1-2. Hit towards third, that's fair. Sweeney has to take a crow hop, but he gets the throw there in time. 2 away. And that will bring Edwin Encarnacion to the plate. He is 0 for 3. So that pitch is outside. Down and away, makes it 2-0. Base hit into center field. That's the would-be winning run. Now on base. There are 2 outs. Brandon Phillips, 0 for 3. Looks at strike 1. Pops this one up, but it'll be foul. Makes the screen. 0-2. Ground ball. Sweeney fields it, gets it to first, and we are off to extra innings. Shibuya can't get the save. So 1-1 as we move into the 10th inning, where Joey will lead things off for the Squirrels.
Number 20,
Joey does have a base hit in this game. Looks at strike 1. Bounces in a changeup, makes it 1-1. And inside to make it 2-1. Ground ball to third. It was weakly hit, but Edwin Encarnacion gets it over to first in plenty of time. So we'll send Huseman up next, see what we can get out of him. He's got a great average, actually. So he's gotten hits. Even 4 RBI, that's actually pretty impressive. Don't know that he's rated for any power, but we'll see if he can at least get on board. First pitch is too low. And that's through. Oh no, it's not through. Ibar with a pretty good play gets it to first in time. There's Phil. He's 0 for 4. 2 outs, nobody on. First pitch is too low. That one bounces in, makes it 2-0. Fouled away. Swing and a miss will make it 0-2. Fouled away, stays alive, still 2-2. swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, we go to the bottom of the 10th. The Reds will start off with Eric Ibar. We are tied at 1. Who do we want to throw out there? Well, let's see. McNichol threw 2 innings yesterday. We'll see if we can get an inning or 2 out of him. All right, Ivar 1 for 3. Looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. Pitcher spot up. The Reds will turn to Callaway, who is batting 1,000. I assume he's a draft pick from this year with probably 1 at bat or something, 1 or 2. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Swings and misses at the second pitch. Does not chase, hits this one to Joey, and Callaway will be retired for the first time. Escobar hasn't had an at-bat all year, so I imagine he's just recently been called up. Looks at strike 1. That pitch sails, 1-1. And this will be a base hit into right field. We're going to get a pinch runner. Myers is going to come in to pinch run. Shao at the plate. I do believe he's hitless today. So that curveball is too far outside. Fastball too high. There's a called strike. Swing and a miss makes it 2-2. And a line drive that will hook foul. Still 2-2. 2 outs, runner on first. Ground ball to third. That should take care of that. And we will head on into the 11th inning. Still tied 1-1. Miyake will lead things off for the Squirrels. You guys can figure out all those defensive changes. And John Reinecker is going to come on to pitch. Miyake 2 for 4, but his 2 hits did come in his first 2 at-bats. Has a 2-0 count in this at-bat. And he hits a line drive into left, but right to Adam Dunn. Quinton will flip around to the right side. It was not going well for him on the left, so looks at strike 1. Looks at a ball down by his feet. Swings and misses for the second strike. Hits this one. Diving play by Derek Lee, who will get up and get to the bag in time. 2 away. Terry, 2 for 4. Also both of his hits coming in his first 2 at-bats. Swings at strike 1. Swings and misses for strike 2. And this pitch is inside. That'll be a line drive into right field. Drops in for a 2-out hit. Frank struck out in his last at-bat, but he has the solo homer. That's the only Squirrels run of the game. He grounds to third, and that will end the top of the 11th. All right, in the bottom of the 11th, Redmond, who just came in to catch, is going to lead things off for Cincinnati. See if McNichol can get through another inning as he throws in strike 1 on a palm ball. Curveball popped up. Sweeney can't get back to make the play. That's a leadoff single. And we're going to get another pinch runner. I think that's Jose Bautista coming into pinch run. Don't know how many more catchers Cincinnati has. Derek Lee looks at strike one. Looks at strike two. And a check over on first. One hopper to third. They get the out at second. Phil on to first in time. 5-4-3 double play to clear the bases. Now here's Adam Dunn. He's 0 for today. Puts this one in the air. McNichol is going to take it just off the mound back towards shortstop, and he does make the catch. Still tied at 1. 9 hits apiece for the team. Sweeney's going to come to the plate to lead off the 12th inning. Well, there's at least one more catcher on the Reds roster right now. Bennett's coming in to catch. Sweeney looks at strike one. That pitch is too high. Grounds this one to third. Callaway on to first. One away. Martinez at the plate. He does have a base hit today. Pops this one foul, but it will make the screen just barely. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. Popped foul. That will be a base hit into left field. 1 out, 1 on. Joey is 1 for 4 so far today. 1 on, 1 out. Fouls this first pitch away over the tarp. This is going to go into left field, and it will get down for another base hit. We will go get a pinch hitter. Nickel did make it through 2 more innings, so good on him. Whiteman's got some power. Let's see what he can do. Two on, 1 out. Reinecker starts things off with the fastball, and it is called a strike. This one is a bit too low. Whiteman ahead of that fastball. 0-1-2. Hits this one, a ground ball to third. Boy, in the third base, I don't know who's playing third right now, but he ignored the runner and just threw to second. Phil with the chance to get a hit and give the lead back to the Squirrels. Reinecker really wiping his brow out there. Phil with a 1-1 count. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Fouled straight back to make it 1-2. That one is too far inside. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So we'll go to the bottom of the 12th inning. Still tied at 1. Pitcher spot due up for the Reds. I don't know who we're going to put into pitch. I wish I could put Janae back out there. Guess we'll go Johnston. Sure. Just going with handedness, and Nakai should be pitching in a couple days, so I was trying to avoid he or Gray, or Jones rather. So we'll see what Johnston can do. They're going to let Reinecker hit, which I don't know. The Reds might have emptied their whole bench already. He has an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down. Here's Brandon Phillips, is 0 for 4. That pitch is down and in. Slurve is down and away. Popped foul. 1-2. Or 2-1 rather. Swing and a miss makes it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. Eric Ibar, 1 for 4 on the day. Looks at strike 1. This one is fouled away. That'll make it 0-2. Sinker for swing and a miss, and that will end the 12th inning. We go to the 13th, tied at 1, and Miyake will lead it off.
Number 22, Miyake.
All right, Reinecker still out there. Miyake looks at strike 1. Miyake towards the middle, but not hit hard enough. Ibar will pick it up and throw it to first. 1 down, and that's going to be it for Reinecker.
Your attention, please. Now coming on to pitch for the Reds. Number 53, Wesley Wright.
Wesley Wright is going to come in to pitch now for the Reds and try to get them to the bottom of the inning. Quinton is going to bat right-handed. He's 0 for 5 so far. Just not had a good day today. Fouls that first pitch away. Swing and a miss, makes it 0-2. Hits this one to second. Phillips will take care of that. 2 down. Here's Terry, who's got 3 hits on the day, all singles. Looks at strike 1. That pitch is outside. Swing and a miss makes it 1-2. A little pop up to third, and that will end the top of that inning. We go to the bottom of the 13th. Callaway to lead things off for the Reds. Still tied at 1. Johnston starts him off with a slurve, and it is called a strike. Hit towards third. Sweeney short hops it and throws it to first. 1 away. And that will bring Myers to the plate. I have no idea where the pitcher's spot is in the lineup now. First pitch is called a strike. That pitch is down and out. Down and out again. Makes it 2-1. Swing and a miss makes it 2-2. Called strike 3 brings Shao to the plate with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch is called a strike. Swing and a miss to make it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, we're on to the 14th inning. 1-1. Frank will lead things off.
Number 6, Frank.
First pitch, down and out. Up and out, makes it 2-0. Called strike, maybe a bit of a pity call there. Fouled away, makes it 2-2. Line drive over third baseman's head and out into left for a leadoff single. That will bring Sweeney to the plate. He's 0 for 5. They check over on first. To the plate this time, but the pitch is well high. There's a called strike. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. There's a line drive into center field. Runners on first and second. Martinez at the plate already has a hit today. Nobody out. First pitch is out of the zone. And this pitch down in the dirt. It's 2-0. Make it 3-0. Finally, they throw him a strike. 3-1. Called strike 2. This will not stay fair. Full count, nobody out. Swing and a miss, strike 3. All right, Joey at the plate. He does have at least one hit today. So this pitch is inside. Ground ball to third, Callaway to second, and that is the only out the Reds will get. So we'll get another pinch hitter. Clippard's got a nice high batting average. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Wright wiping his brow. Starts things off with the ball. Too high again, make it 2-0. There's a pitch pretty much down the middle. Clippard lets it go. Swings and misses to make it 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Well, we go to the bottom of the 14th inning. Game doesn't end here. I'll have to pause and get my kids. Bennett's going to lead things off. Do believe his first at-bat. Also do believe he is the last Reds catcher. Also forgot I was going to do a 7th inning stretch if I didn't hit something, so I did hit it there. Let's go. I don't know if it's time for Zap yet, but maybe it is because I want to try to save Jones.
Your attention, please. Now coming up next for Indianapolis, number 23, Zach.
All right, Bennett has not gotten a major league hit this year. Zap starts him off with the breaking ball, 4 strike 1. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down, Derek Lee. He's been very good today, though he hit into a double play in his last at-bat. Be hard to do that again. Has a 2-0 count to start this at-bat. There's a called strike. Zap seeming to pitch Derek Lee very carefully. And not careful enough. That is a walk-off home run. The Reds win this series. A walk-off home run. Derek Lee, 2 solo home runs. Scores both Reds runs of the game. Your final score today, Indianapolis Squirrels 1, Cincinnati Reds 2. And that's only the second or maybe third series that we've lost this year. Here's Frank's home run, which it must have curled just around the foul pole. And then Derek Lee. Hit one to left center, then hit one to right center. Oh, it might have been more just right field, I guess. Well, Derek Lee, your player of the game. No surprise there. If you'd like to, thank you for watching, I should say that. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, we're going back home to play the Cardinals tomorrow. We'll see you then.